Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing and showing you how to play the card game Stool Pigeon. Now, Stool Pigeon is a card game that is based on the traditional card game Golf, and the object of the game is you're going to try to have the lowest amount of points by the time somebody knocks. Now, the unique thing about this game is that there are certain cards that are going to give you abilities that you're going to play once you are able to discard them. So, let's check it out. So, in the very beginning, you're going to go ahead and draw 4 cards, and you're going to go ahead and place them in this configuration over here. And what you're going to be trying to do is you're going to be trying to get rid of these cards here in the middle and hope that you end up with the lowest score by the time someone knocks, if it's you or if it's your opponent. So there's 2 types of cards in this game. You have your regular witness cards, which are going to have numbers 2 through 10 on them, and then you also have Stool Pigeon cards, which are going to be specific cards that you're going to be able to perform different actions with. So the way it works is you're going to go ahead and look at your first 2 cards. You'll just flip them over and take a look at them. And you'll note that this particular one says sneak a peek and swap. This is an action. So I'll talk about how these here work in just a second. So anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and draw a card. And right here I have a 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play this 5 down here like so. And then I'm going to flip this card up. Now, since this is a 5, anybody will be able to get rid of any cards that they believe is a 5. However, if they're wrong, they're going to have to draw another card. Now, I just drew a 5, so I know this is a 5, so I'm going to go ahead and play that and get rid of it. Now, I could take a chance with these, but I don't know anything yet, so that'll be the end of my turn. So let's say my opponent draws, he draws a Stool Pigeon, which has a command on here. So let's say he decides he's going to swap it out with this one and plays this card. This basically means you can take any 2 cards and swap them, and you don't have to swap yours. So let's just say I decide I'm going to mess with my opponent, and I'm going to go ahead and swap this card here and put this one here, like so. He's also played a 5, so again, if he thinks he has any 5s, he can try to go ahead and play them. He doesn't think so, so I'm going to go ahead and draw, and I've drawn a 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 9 here, and let's just say I decide I'm going to go ahead and pick this card up, and this is a 4. So again, we can try to get rid of 4s if we want to. But let's just say, for example, I decide I'm going to just take a guess and say my opponent has a 4, so I'm going to go ahead and pick this up, and I'm wrong, it's an 8. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go ahead and draw a card and put it here in my pile. This is essentially the game. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw, you're going to replace a card, you're going to have a chance to get rid of any cards of the same number. If there's an action on there, you'll be able to perform the action. Whenever you believe that you have the lowest amount of cards, or let's just say we had a situation where this many cards was left and I thought I had the lowest, I'll just simply knock, and then everybody will get one more turn, and then you'll flip over the cards, and whoever has the lowest amount is going to win the game. Well, out of all the traditional card games that I like, Golf is one of the games that I like a lot. It's fun to be able to try to memorize the cards and try to match the cards and try to get the lowest score. It's a great game. Stool Pigeon takes this game and it amps it up several levels. First of all, it has the theme of Pigeon Mafia. I mean, who'd ever thought of a theme of pigeons being in a mafia? That's rather unique, I guess I can say. There's a few things I like about it. Number one, I like being able to discard a card and then discard another card from cards I have laid out to try to help get rid of more cards. I also like the fact that you can take something from your opponents, and then if you're successful, you can give them one of your cards to increase their point value. I also like the pigeons that have the different abilities that you can do, like swapping cards or peeking or any of those little things, because those things can change up the gameplay too, because your opponent might have something in mind, but if you're switching up cards, that's going to kind of mess up his strategy. So it's a very enjoyable game. Now, I found when I have played it, I've wanted to play it again. And this is a game that's easy to learn. The rules are not hard. The version I had a little expansion to it with some poop, and it had some extra cards in there that you can use, and it changed up the game a little bit, but I've enjoyed this game. This is a game, again, that if you enjoy especially the card game Golf or any kind of games like that have memory and maybe a little bit of take that, this is a good game. I'd check it out. All right, guys, that's my review of Stool Pigeon. We'll see you. Keep on.